Hey, coming right up is BRAWLN News number 127. It's going to be an all-wrestling edition of BRAWLN News, and we're going to talk about the WWE and how it's reaching out to veteran wrestlers who are no longer with the company, but who they'd like to bring back. We're also going to talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin and why he says he's got one more match in him and who he'd like that match to be with. We're also going to talk about the WrestleMania card. Almost half of it's been put together already as of this taping. And we're going to wrap things up with a possible future husband for our little Sarah. All that and more coming right up.
Alternate Reality now opens at 10:30 instead of 11 on Sundays. There's like half an hour sleep over this, and so you guys better show up. I'm not really sure what kind of information one gets from two guys beating the snot out of each other. Let's find out together. It's BRAWLN, who's a comic book man, and Bo.
Yeah, I know, I messed up the numbers again. You should really feel sorry for me. BRAWLN News, episode 127.1. Whoop-ass Farm.
Fight! 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 Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video house. It's time for
BRAWLN News, boys
BRAWLN
and girls.
News! Yeehaw! BRAWLN News, and it's coming to you from this place, Alternate Reality, located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all my new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone. This is going to be an all-wrestling edition of BRAWLN News, and we're going to start off with the WWE. The WWE is reaching out to veteran wrestlers to do what?
Well, if you've been watching Raw and SmackDown and Main Event, the thing you notice specifically is the roster's a little on the thin side, ain't it? You don't have enough guys in the main event, so you have the same guys on both shows. So what they're doing is they're going to reach out to some veteran wrestlers to add to the roster and help work with the developmental talent, such as the guys from The Shield. Now,
So they're going to get beat up?
Well, no,
they
they wouldn't get beat up by new guys, but these guys would show up. These guys who can work matches.
Oh, they're going to get belts.
They would help them learn. Now, two of these wrestlers could be MVP, who's got an open invitation to come back, and Shelton Benjamin, who also has an open invitation to come back, and also Carlito, who's been told he can come back whenever he wants to. Now, MVP and Benjamin have denied that they're coming back to WWE, but they're going to be reaching out and grabbing some older folk to bring them in because, like I said, the roster's a little on the thin side.
You know what's the most interesting thing about those three people you just mentioned? None of them are white.
Yes, that
they're,
too.
They're all ethnic.
Yes,
they're all ethnic. And after the last election, maybe that's not such a bad idea.
Well, they're also talking about bringing back Domino and Billy Gunn.
What about Vern Gagne?
Vern Gagne is not going to happen.
I don't think Vern Gagne's coming back.
Actually, Billy Gunn was hired as a
Zombies
trainer.
are very big
So he'll
now.
be hanging out in Florida and training developmental people down there. He won't be doing much in-ring work.
Yeah. One person who'd like to come back, but probably won't, is Stone Cold Steve Austin, who says he's physically able to wrestle, but isn't sure he wants to.
Well, yeah, he says he probably has at least one match in him. He'd be at 80%.
One.
He says one because he says, I don't really need to wrestle. I'm making a whole bunch of direct-to-video movies. I'm not exactly starving. I got a whole bunch of money. So if, I don't have to come back and wrestle, but if I wrestle one more match, people go, will you wrestle CM Punk? He goes, no, not necessarily. CM Punk or John Cena, if he comes back and wrestles one match, those are the two guys he's willing to wrestle and no one else.
Not Hulk Hogan?
No. Hulk Hogan can barely walk.
Maybe they can make a pillow fight.
Yeah, well, hey, Hogan did a lot of matches at WCW where he never landed any punches, and he never got punched. But, you wouldn't tell from watching him.
I mean, yeah, if you watch TNA wrestling, you'll notice Hogan can barely walk from one end of the ring to the other now. He's in really bad shape.
Okay. As you folks may know by now, that we are more than halfway to WrestleMania. WrestleMania, we're on the downward slope and rocketing.
Well, the road to WrestleMania begins with the Royal Rumble, which is next month.
That's right, Royal Rumble. But so far, they have put some of the card together for WrestleMania. Who's up so far?
So far, you've got Rock versus Cena for the WWE title.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara. The mentor thing they'll break up. It'll be a face versus face thing because nobody's going to buy Mysterio as a heel and nobody's going to buy Sin Cara as a heel. Okay. Undertaker, who so far says he's going to wrestle again, will wrestle CM Punk.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really? Because I just posted a news story where you said that he probably isn't going to.
It's all up to him, and he said I could probably wrestle again. And I'll pick Punk.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar versus Triple H in the rematch of that thing, and we've got two possibilities. Ryback versus the Big Show because they want Ryback to pick Big Show up on his shoulders and give him a shell shock, which they consider a WrestleMania moment. And Daniel Bryan says he wants to wrestle Shawn Michaels, who trained him. So that's half the card right there. You had some tag team matches.
Throw a couple of beer matches in, a diva match. Yeah.
I mean, because you've got people
midgets versus giant match.
Yeah, because you've got Randy Orton's got nothing to do right now. So it's a bunch of people have nothing to do, but they've got half the card made up. And for the WWE, it's actually progress.
Yeah. Okay. And our last story involves someone who's not in the WWE right now.
Yeah.
Who might be.
Yeah.
Who might be soon. But we're not going to talk about that. Instead, what we're going to talk about is Ric Flair's love problems.
Yeah, Ric Flair's latest wife, she filed for separation by claiming that he constantly cheated on her. And
Woo!
it hasn't helped much because Flair's been showing up at events with a girlfriend attached to his arm.
Woo!
This will be, I think, Ric's fourth divorce.
Another alimony payment.
Where's
he getting the money at to pay this?
Ric Flair actually makes a fair amount of money doing lottery commercials for the South.
And he is paying out a fair amount of money
And he's
to
paying
3
out a fair amount
alimony
of money
payments
as well.
And it's about to become 4 alimony
I think
payments.
the first wife no longer gets a check for it.
No?
The second, yeah, I think they
Oh, well, there you
took
go.
away
He's got to
her.
make up for it. He's feeling that loss in his life.
And his daughter's in WWE developmental, so maybe if she gets a regular check, maybe he'll hit her up with some cash.
He probably looked around and said, why have I got all this money? I need to get divorced.
Flair's a guy who's never, ever, ever going to be happy with one specific woman. He's always going to cheat because wherever he goes, even though he's an old guy, he's still Ric Flair.
Oh, you hound dog, you. And that's it. We're done. We're finished right here. We got no more wrestling news. Go to the store's website. Check out all the BRAWLN news that this man sends me that I post up there. Bo!
Yes?
Elucidate the folks.
Sarah, don't marry Ric Flair and tell him where the website is.
Yeah, I know where it is. That I know.
So stop off at the store's website. Check out all of his news. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And this is Bo.
saying,
Woo!
Woo!
Oh, Mrs. Sarah Flair, I like that. The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.